Good morning. We are in Paderborn, Germany, and I'm testing out simHeaven Pro, the demo. And so we're going to fly to 3 different airports, and we'll kind of see how this goes. I did receive a little less than a week ago now a Dream Air, Pimax Dream Air. Hi, Iowa Scotsman. And I've been kind of exploring with that, and but I wasn't certainly wasn't ready to stream with it. I've got to jump through a few more hoops to get that to come up and run. And already this morning I tried to fire up OBS, and it crashed on me a couple of times. It was like, but I had already made up my mind. I'm going to stream with the Big Stream Beyond for until I can get more comfortable with the Dream Air. So we'll let's get a couple of things in the cockpit here. Let's get Avid tab in here. Make you a little smaller. We'll just park you for right now. I'm having a little bit of trouble with my my GPU frame time is a little bit higher than what I had been running, so we'll have to see how this goes. So need to get my sound script in here. Okay. So I'm running X-Plane .4.3 beta 3. And if you see, look at this window here. This is new. So basically you have this kind of translucent window around the original window. Also, when you grab on it, if I rotate this, oh, there it went. Okay. So you can't tip it back like this until it turns from the color it was to this kind of bluish color. Then you can actually rotate. You can rotate this way. You can go this way, but until that turns that color, then you can't rotate it that way. So we'll put this down here. And it seems like I'm in the wrong place in this cockpit, but yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. Just seems like that looks right. It just seems like I am like my seat's too far forward, but all my other physical cues are telling me I'm okay. So, all right, can we get to everything? Yeah. Okay, so I'm not hitting anything. So, all right. So, we are at EDLP. EDLP. Alrighty. Oh, what's the elevation here? 690 feet. So it looks like I'm not too far off. Okay. Just checking. Yeah. Oh, that looks good. Get beacon on. Mixture in a little bit. Taxi on. The avionics on. Like 2 and 8s. 1020. 23. All right. I'll put a flight plan in. EDLW. Dartmouth. And EDDL. Düsseldorf. Okay, 126,730. Whoops.
Departing runway 06. Wind 350 at 6. Cav OK. Temperature 22, dew point 12. QNH 1020. Transition level 60. Advise on initial contact, you have information Tango.
Alrighty, we're taking off on runway 6. Let me get this out of the way. Okay. Yeah. It's not looking liking what I'm seeing right now. We'll just have to see how it goes. Because with simHeaven, I got some pretty heavy scenery, so... Okay. One, 3, 3. Three, 3, 8. Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request taxi to runway 06.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, runway 06, taxi via Delta. Advise you have information Tango.
Taxi to runway 06 via Delta. We have information Tango, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Okay. Whoops. And I forgot one thing. I'll fix it right now. That should be good. Alrighty. Yeah, that all looks right. I did quite a few test flights with this, and I didn't have OBS on, so I'm not sure what's going on right now, but not quite liking what I'm seeing, but it clearly says no entry, so I guess I'm not supposed to be going there. Alrighty. So, get the landing light on, taxi off.
Approaching runway 6.
I think everything else is okay. Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready for departure, runway 06.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, runway 06, winds 350 at 6, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Good. Okay, should be trim for takeoff here. Looking not too bad. Yeah, climbing out 75 or so. Yeah, ain't bad. Trying to do my best to kind of keep it down the runway center line. Synthetic vision is pretty cool. I'm a little off course, not too bad, really. kind of a direction I gotta be going? 257. Okay. Want to get away from this airport. Altitude at 3,000. There we go. It's too far away from the course for it to intercept. There we go. Okay. Yeah, a bit hazier than it was yesterday when I was flying. Okay, done everything all set up here. We got about 30 miles, 30 nautical miles to to our first airport, and as hazy as it is, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to kind of see what I'm trying to show here. But so one thing I've noticed is that with simHeaven Pro, the demo version is there's some things missing. You look over here on Avatab, you see there's this highway here. It's A44. So what that means, that should be over here. And if you kind of look, quite see what I'm looking for. Basically, where the highway is, there's kind of like some areas where there's like not any trees, kind of like right there, and in some places you actually see part of the road, but in many places you don't. So that's not how that should be. So I noticed that, and you can see, I don't see any quite right here, but the buildings and all that stuff, that all looks better. We're kind of in an area that's kind of a bit rural, and but when we get closer to where there's like towns and stuff, you can see the density change a lot. So okay, so the other feature that it has is like cooling towers and chimneys and stuff. So the cooling towers, you see the water vapor coming off the cooling towers, and the chimneys and stuff, you see smoke coming out of them. So that's kind of neat too. So all right, I gotta put me some more airports in here. Airport. Oh, I already got them in. Okay. All right, we're good then. A little frustrated when I started. I didn't remember if I got them in or not. So alrighty, I can reset set this. So when I first turn on my big screen beyond when it's kind of cold, the lenses are a little cloudy. So so how sharp it looks is not how it looks after some time. So I was kind of like looking at everything, and I'm like, man, that really looks bad. You know, then now when I look at it, I'm going, oh no, that looks a lot better. Yeah, that's about what I expect. So, kind of one thing I wanted to kind of talk about is, of course, I got the well, less than a week ago, my Pimax Dream Air came, and it's taken me some time to kind of get comfortable with it. I'm not there yet. So, but one thing for sure is I'm actually running my big screen Beyond and the Dream Air at almost the same resolution. The big screen Beyond screens, the native resolution of it is what the hell was this? How did that happen? I looked at my chat window and it's completely upside down. I'm like, how the heck did that happen? But so my big screen Beyond, I just basically have to turn on the two USB ports and tell X-Plane I want to go in VR, and it's all automatic. So the Pimax Dream Air, on the other hand, I've got to run Pimax Play and also the base stations don't automatically start up, so I have to turn them on. You know, so there's a bunch more hoops I got to jump through to kind of get this to work, and it's kind of the reason why I decided to run the what is making it do that? That's nuts. I'm at a loss. But that's so I'm still trying to work through that. And then when I was in X-Plane, I was watching it and it was all jumpy. I mean, like right now, if I look out the window, it's all pretty smooth. But with the Dream Air, it would like jump. And then if I move my head, back and forth, this is all really smooth. Even when my frame times aren't where I want them to be, it's still smooth. The Dream Air would like jump. So I'd move my head, and then every once in a while, the screen would lag behind my head movement, and then it would catch up. So was like, well, that's pretty disconcerting. So so I reached out to support, and they got back with me. Wow, it was probably within 8 hours. They got back with me, and they gave me a file to try, and I tried it, and it made it way better. It isn't as good as a big screen, but it made it way better. So I went, oh, okay, well, that's cool. So I've been kind of playing with that. So but so all in all, because the screens are basically higher res, and the pixels, the distance between the pixels, so it's sharper. So let's see, yeah, it's absolutely sharper. So if I like look over here, I can easily see, you know, that's 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 6, 5, 4. I can see the minutes ticking off on the on my estimated time, and but I have to like turn my head and then look at it for just a second or two. And with the Dream Air, when I turn my head, it's like instantly I can read that. So it is sharper, but it's drawn, but there's more pixels, so that makes sense. So, and so let's see, how much time we got? We got 9 minutes. So one thing I wanted, the new thing in, let's see, this version of X-Plane, this VR version is, so you have, let's see, so let me grab this window. So up here, you have like a plus and a minus. So if I want to make this window bigger, let's click on the trigger. So I can make it bigger, and make it smaller. I think that's where it was. That's kind of a cool feature, so. And then this outer window, it goes away. It slowly fades away, so. But whenever you get close to it, the outline, the background shows up again, so. The other thing is that windows retain their position. So these two windows won't, because when I tell them to go into VR, I basically create the windows fresh. If on the other hand, I rewrote the script so that the windows would be hidden, then they would retain their position. If I like hid the window and then told it I wanted to show it, it would remember where it was. So that's a nice new feature. So example, like say data rep tool. If I have that like parked over here someplace, and I reload a different aircraft, wherever I had data rep tool parked in the virtual cockpit, it will be there when I go in the new aircraft. So that's a really nice feature. So how far away we are? 11 miles away. Man, I cannot see this airport. So this will be fun. Alrighty, what's the airport I'm going to? EDLW. EDLW. It's a tower. My goal is I'm going to do a touch and go. 13480. What runways we got? We got a natives? Yeah, we do. 125130.
NE019er. Transition level 60. Rubber removal operations ongoing on south ramp, expect minor surface changes. Advise on initial contact you have information Golf. Dortmund Airport, information Golf. 1520 Zulu. Arriving and departing runway 24. Wind calm. Cav OK. Temperature 24, dew point 13. QNH1019er. Transition level 60. Rubber position level 60.
Tower 6, Bravo Golf, request touch and go, runway 24. Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 256 Bravo Golf, Dortmund Tower, pass your message.
Request touch and go, runway 24, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, runway 24, left circuits approved, report downwind each time. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, runway 24, cleared for touch and go.
Clear for touch and go, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. So what's going on here?
Approaching runway 24.
Now let's see if we can find the airport. My trim got seriously whacked, and the downside of 4-speed deck yoke is I had to fight it. Alrighty, where did that airport go? It's actually right there.
Approaching runway 6. Caution! Caution!
All right. Yeah, for some reason, I gotta figure out what's going on here, but when it's like when I'm talking to on the radio, the like the trim goes nose down. Quite disconcerting. It's the airport I'm supposed to be landing at. Somehow, I don't think so. Well, maybe it is. Wish I knew what was doing that. You are definitely too high. Looks like the right numbers, so. I'll give it a go. Tower, cancel landing intention, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, landing cancelled. Advise intentions.
Continue flying to Echo Delta, Delta Lima. Yeah, I definitely have to fix that. That's way too exciting.
Niner. Transition level 60. Rubber removal operations ongoing on South Ram. Expect minor surface changes. Advise on initial contact you have information Golf. Dortmund Airport, information Golf.
Richard 27, dew point 11. QNH 1018. Transition level 60. Advise on initial contact, you have information Bravo. Dusseldorf Airport, information Bravo. 1520 Zulu. Arriving runways 05 right, 05 left. Departing runway 05 right. Wind variable at 4. Cav OK. Temperature 27, dew point 11. QNH 1018. Transition level 60. Advise on initial contact, you have information Bravo. Dusseldorf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, you're leaving my airspace.
So for some reason, this thing isn't updating the airports I'm flying by. I don't know why. Try to do a new flight. No, that ain't working at all. Oh, cool. Oh, what a day. Oh, hope your toolkit decided they wanted to crash on me. Yeah, gotta be something. Wow. I'm sorry. Howdy. I was fighting a few streaming things, so streaming things and flying things. So for some reason, my SayIntentions wasn't updating. When I looked on the desktop, it was updated. So and then the program that I used to bring chat window in and my SayIntentions and my force feedback software in, it decided it wanted to crash. So there. So we're about 15 miles from the final airport here. Hopefully it'll go better than Hey, no problem. Since you're new, I believe, yeah, I'm using a big screen Beyond right now, but I also have a Pimax Dream Air, and the Dream Air is turning out to be a bit of a challenge. Nothing I can't work through, but it's how should I put this? Big screen Beyond, I can just basically turn on. I have like a USB hub that has switches on it. So basically, to run the big screen, I just turn those two switches on that the USB plugs are plugged into, and then basically go in the X-Plane, say I want to fly in VR. That's it. So it automatically will start up SteamVR. SteamVR starts up my base stations. That's all automatic. I don't have to do anything. The Dream Air, on the other hand, I have to manually start up the base stations. It won't do it by itself, so it makes it a bit more of a challenge. So the Dream Air is visually, it's really, really nice. I mean, it's really, really sharp. So so that when I first heard about it, when they had Dream in the name, I went, this probably is a dream. But when I seen enough reviews from people that I trust, then I decided I was going to pre-order it. So, yeah, I didn't pre-order it. I pre-ordered it. Let me think. The 1st of March, and I got it a little bit less than a week ago. So, yeah, Pimax is going to be there. So that's what I'm going to look. I want to look at their SLAM. I want to see how well that works compared to base stations. I'm really curious how well that actually works. I got one or two friends on Discord, you know, that did get the SLAM version, and I'm just kind of curious. I'm curious of two things. One is how well does it work, and the other is that I see these ring controllers they have. They're like, the rings are monstrous, and I use a valve index controller, so I basically can with my fingertips I can grab this yoke and fly with it. I need to be able to do that with a VR controller. That's how I fly in VR, and that has to be a possibility. So we'll have to see if that works out. So, all right, we're 9 miles away. I think she said 5. Let me look. Does 5 seem appropriate? Yep. So let's go back.
X, dew point 12. QNH 1017. Transition level 60. Advise on initial contact. You have information Charlie. Dusseldorf Airport, information Charlie. 1550 Zulu. Arriving runways 05 right, 05 left. Departing runway 05 right. Wind 060 at 5. Cab OK. Temperature 26, dew point 12.
Okay. So do I got tower? I think so. Nope. One 18305. Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request landing, runway 05, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, runway 05 right, report left downwind, wind 060 at 5.
Report left downwind, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Well, the trim indicator looks a lot better than it did the last time I did this. Okay, so the elevation, EDDL 145, so. Oh, there they are. There was a couple of cooling towers that I was like, I thought they were like right over here, but they're not. They're over here. When I get turned a little bit here, they'll be a little more obvious. Yeah. Oh, they're over there. Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, left downwind, runway 05 right, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. So what I think's going on is that
Approaching runway 23 right. Caution, caution.
what I think's going on is when I press the push the talk button, my controller sometimes inadvertently pushes the I have like a button on my yoke for the trim, and I think it pushes it. It's what I think's going on. Yep, that just don't look good at all. Yeah, I'm gonna need to do a lot more experimenting with what's going on here. I may not be able to run this as high a res with the way all this scenery is. Maybe that's what the issue is. Okay. 1 notch of flaps. Oh, this one over here on the right should be 05 right. I'm a bit high, but trying to resolve that.
Approaching runway 5 right.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Might be just a little bit long.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, contact ground on 121.605.
Contact ground, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Approaching runway 23 left.
Oh, ground. Ground Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request taxi to general aviation parking.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, taxi to General Aviation Stand 8 via Lima 4 Mike Golf Hotel. Good day.
Taxi to general aviation stand 8 via Lima 4 Mike Golf Hotel. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. I think it's to my right. Yep. Go make sure I was going the right way. Yeah, it looks like I am. The GA parking's way down here, so got a little ways to go. I got the engine at like 1200 RPM, so I'm taxiing at a pretty good clip. So I really have to focus on just making the smallest inputs on my rudder pedals. Because they're it's force feedback rudder pedals, so they are it can be a bit stiff. So They work great. I mean, I enjoy them a lot. Alrighty. Said park stand 8, but there is no markings here. On the map here, it says this is GA, but I don't see any actual parking spots. So we'll just go right here and get it. There we go. Okay, let's turn off the avionics. Shut this guy down. Alrighty, that was hopefully entertaining. It was a bit exciting at the middle airport there, because when I looked down, it was like, wow. I didn't look here to see what the number was, but it was like way trim nose down. So if I would let go of the yoke, I mean, the plane would have dived to the ground. So I'm sitting here pulling back on the yoke, fighting the force feedback, because it's trying to drive that yoke right to the all the way forward, and so I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and so I'm pulling back on that, trying to keep the plane flying reasonably straight, and then getting the trim wheel to get back where the heck it belonged. So let me. I can't tell now because the power's off, but this thing turned out quite the way I hoped. That those frame times are just way too high for me, and I'm not sure why. I'm gonna have to do some more testing, and because I flew this exact same route, but I didn't have OBS on, and I flew exactly the same route. And I had frame times that were, we'll say, between 10 and 12. And both these bars were green. So I'm like, what's wrong today? You know, so I mean, I was kind of, quite thrilled to be able to to fly and stream. And, but when I seen this, but I've learned, I just push through, and it's all it's part of the challenge of flying in VR. So so if I had that much trouble with this big screen, then trying to stream with the Dream Air, you know, that would be a challenge. So. Yeah, so I use valve index controllers, as you can see. So they're always with my hands. And the way I enjoy flying in VR is I like to do all the interactions with my VR controllers. I am quite a unique VR, certainly a VR streamer. Flight sim streamer. I'm quite unique in that respect, is that I like these index controllers. I've had them since I could buy them. I actually pre-ordered my first pair. I pre-ordered a pair of Valve Index controllers before I actually bought a Valve Index headset. So I had 2 pairs of controllers from that, and But I like the interaction. I like the fact that I can come in here, I feel it on my controller, and I can see it highlighted. And then when I rotate, I can hear in the headset. I can hear click, 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 click. I can hear that, and I very much enjoy that. One thing that's new on the new X-Plane 12.4.3 is when I pull my trigger, that turns amber. So that's kind of cool, you know. So same way as on the switch. So if I pull the trigger, that turns amber. So that lets you know that that it's getting ready. It's ready to do something. So so if I flip up, flip down. So and all of them do that. In the same way as like so I run the. I don't use the switches on the yoke. I like to actually in the 172. I like to use the actual physical trim wheel in the cockpit there. So so let me look a minute. Let me turn the battery on. Yep. So that was probably what I was doing is somehow I got the controller where it was somehow close to pushing this trim switch. So if I push it up, that's going nose down. And so when I just use the push to talk, I don't see that trim wheel moving. So it's got to be that somehow I inadvertently get the, because I can't see it, I inadvertently get the VR controller somehow where it's actually pushing against the trim up, the trim, be trimmed down. Yeah, nose down. That's got to be what I was doing. So, alrighty. How long did we go? An hour and 30 minutes. Yeah. Yep. I got to do some investigating. So, So, Iowa Scotsman, I will see you at Place in Expo, I hope. Sounds good. Yeah, I'm driving, so I've got a hotel so I'm coming from Erie, so I have a hotel just before getting to Chicago that I'm going to stay there. So the total trip's about 12 hours. So that'll be about 6 hours, and that's probably about as long as I want to drive at my age anymore. And so I'll stay overnight there. So I'll leave on Wednesday and sleep Wednesday night, and then drive in on Thursday. So I'll be arriving at St. Paul on Thursday. So, and I'm doing exactly the same thing, same hotel on the way back. So cool. Look forward to seeing you. And one of the shirts like what I have on, I'll be wearing. So big exploded view of a big screen beyond on it. So you can't be hard to miss me. So the white hair helps too. So, but yeah, looking forward to it. Looking very much forward to it. I want to have a chat with the developer of my my yoke and rudder pedals. His developer, he had to get a new developer, and there's quite a few of us that are saying, why don't you make your software open source so that if you're in between developers, you know, there's enough people that actually own these that know how to develop software. So so we'll have to see if I can persuade him. So we'll see how it goes. So, but I enjoy the force feedback. It's so much fun, so much realistic. You know that if I was in a real airplane and I was trimmed that far nose down, man, that's exactly what that would feel on the yoke. Is that, man, you're gonna have to work to get that plane to fly level again. And that's exactly what I had to do. So, but figured it out. So it's okay. It's all part of learning, part of flying. So, but alrighty, guys, I'm gonna call it a day. And thanks for stopping by. And it's always more enjoyable when you have people in chat and they kind of interact and stuff, you know. And I normally will interact with chat unless I'm on. Unless I'm fighting a problem or I'm on short final. I'm on short final. I'm just plain focused. I'm getting the plane to land. So I will completely ignore chat. But I like how I have chat set up where when there's a message, I'll hear a ding. And and the chat window's normally out of my view. It's normally a little bit, I always have it a little bit to my left and up. And so it's normally out of my view, so I have to look up to actually read the message. So it seems to work out really good for me. So I guess we'll spend some time trying to troubleshoot and figure out. Actually, what I'm probably going to do is shut down and start back up and see if it looks as bad as it does right now. So thanks much, guys. Have a great day. You made the flight much more enjoyable. So, thank you. Bye-bye.